Nope, that was a
that
photo.
a picture? Oh, our hand was up.
Hi. We're trying to get Instagram to work. Be right back.
Stop taking pictures of my face. Oh, it's giving us like 10-second countdown.
Okay. That's why it was late the first time. Hi, you're here with Aaron and Trace of Diamond Realty Associates, and we thought it'd be a good idea for those who hate to read to go over a video blog.
This is like an audiobook for our blog on
Right.
Facebook, but not as accurate because we skip things.
Right.
Okay.
So if you want all of the information, go to our Diamond Realty Associates page, and you will find the links to our blogs on there that, like you said, are much more detailed.
Notes. They're notes on Facebook.
Yes, under the Notes tab.
Okay.
So what are we talking about?
Thinking of new builds, this is what you should know. So Erin has been a representative of Dabbert
Custom Homes.
Dabbert Custom Homes as of recently. So this fits in nicely with us because we're very excited about custom home building and new builds in general. So with that, we went over some trivia with one of our builders a couple weeks ago, and he let us know there are over 200 builders in the FM area.
That's wild. I didn't even know that.
I can name
5.
10. But that doesn't mean that they're qualified builders. It does mean that those are 200 contractors who can pull a license from the cities.
Doesn't mean they have a good
build.
reputation.
Does not mean they have a good reputation. And we know builders who have a poor reputation.
We do, and sometimes they get that reputation. Some are too small to really have you be represented as an agent, as a buyer's agent, but most should, because you want someone to help you and handhold you through that process, because the builder has their best interest at heart.
Yeah, they're only obligated to look out for their bottom dollar. So they'll say that they can cut you a deal, but what is it really a deal?
And you don't know what you don't know, so you want an agent who is familiar with new build construction, so they can say, well, have you thought about asking this? Have you thought about this? What happens if you do inclusions last minute?
We have had some builders come back from bad reputations. They're working really hard to fix kind of some poor reputations out there.
Well,
so we know like Better Business Bureau, Google, Facebook, those are all places to look up.
Well, and as we were talking about on our blog previously, because we'll be wearing the same clothes, what was I going to say?
So you can ask friends and family if you need a good referral, but ask your builders for referrals too.
I remember. So we're a town of about 115,000 people, so reputations get around. We're not small, but we're not that big, so we do know the ones that to kind of watch out for.
And we also know the ones who really make an effort to improve their product. Some of them, most people should have a 1-year warranty. Not everybody does, but they should have a 1-year warranty.
Mm-hmm.
We've had builders who replace things completely before closing because we've caught things that were wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So people who make that effort make a big difference too, I think. We've also had builders who just are contractors who've gone out of business and left like incomplete product without finishing it or without paying back.
Well, and don't be scared off if you want to work with us, but build with another builder. I represent Dabbert because I trust their name and I trust their brand and I know the people there, but it doesn't mean that clients of mine only have to build with Dabbert, or Trace's clients can't build with someone else that they prefer. So we're not I don't want to say exclusive, but
no,
don't feel like you have to not talk to us.
But we're very proud. We're very proud of some of the builders that we work with because of their quality of work and because of that extra mile that they go. Like Dabbert, you love how much they walk through, like handhold through that process.
And they're trustworthy.
They're trustworthy, they go above and beyond, and that's just something that like we stand behind.
But we wouldn't represent a builder that didn't.
Right. But we'll help you like narrow down that list for other builders, especially if you have a list that you want to go through. We can help you compare those builders quite a bit too.
Or even a price point.
Not
every builder is every price point.
Right. So like, is it luxury? Is it first time home building? Lots make a big difference. So if it's, what side of town is it in? What sort of specials are coming into play? Like the Wilds Ninth has super low specials, but their lots are like this far from each other as far as the houses go.
So if you got one of those, you'd have to probably build up than out. But hey, what's number one reason not to build this year? What are some objections you hear?
People want to save money.
They're not ready yet?
They're not ready yet. But
is that smart?
We know that the cost of building's going up with like the tariffs and all those things, so we know that's going up.
And every year builders increase their fees.
Builders increase those fees to keep up with the cost of building. The lot prices go up. So we can see that with lot prices going up, with the cost of building going up, you actually fall behind how much money you're trying to save to what you can put towards that build.
Yeah.
And then we have builders who offer incentives all the time too.
Especially end of the year. So like right now, till the end of January, sometimes you can lock in those 2018 prices, and they're offering incentives because they want to close out maybe some model homes that they've had sitting on the market, and they're getting ready for parade in a couple months. So they're really trying to get people to come through and get a lot of business.
So what kind of incentives we get? We see like $10,000
We'll see promotions
towards upgrades,
Right.
or
down payment, closing costs. We see that in a lot of builders. We also see some builders changing to maybe they're catering more towards a lower price point to keep up with the market. We see like Dabbert did 25 or 21 days of Christmas, where you got a new incentive if you signed that day, like a fireplace, tile shower. So really, you can take advantage if you're shopping builders.
And there's builders who will give certain agents incentive money.
Yeah, if you're like
Because-
an elite realtor.
Right, because we like know their product and we've gone through their training. So making sure that your agent has access to those little extras, because that's money that goes towards, you know, your granite or
Right,
tile
upgrades.
shower.
$2,500 in upgrades. That can buy you a lot.
So we talk a lot about interest going up. It's predicted to go up. What did we say? It's 5.5 next year. By next this
that I
year.
didn't
Well, we're
know.
in this year.
Yeah.
It was predicted to go up, but we've actually seen it going down.
We've seen it go down temporarily, many lenders say.
Yes.
It went from 4.5, it's now 4.375 as of a couple days ago. I haven't checked. But that is very temporary. But that can make a difference in your house payment.
Well, and when we do the numbers, that could be a difference. You know, it seems like a small percentage, but that could be the difference between, you know, $30, $40, $50 a month or $100 so a month. Not just in your monthly payment, but that interest. And then also with those lots, the lot prices going up and the cost of building going up, and then those interest rates potentially going up. Saving could mean an extra $50,000 that we're spending by waiting
By waiting for a year.
as opposed to taking advantage of those low. And lenders will lock in those interest rates too.
Yep, there are a few lenders around town
Not
that can
all will
do
do
a
it.
1-year rate lock. Now you want to read the fine print, but basically that means if we're 4.3 right now and you locked in for a year and it goes up to 5.5, you're locked in. And they talk about floating it down. That I'm not exactly sure what that means, but we can get you in touch with some good lenders who will.
So that's something to keep in mind too. If you think that you want to save, you might be doing better now to lock in that 2018 pricing and that interest rate now. And that doesn't mean you have to build right now. Like if you're looking at the spring or summer, at least you have some like room to kind of decide and narrow down who you're building with and what you're building. I suppose if you're locking in pricing, you gotta pick.
Well, but it's not gonna be an August completion anyway if your basement excavation hasn't happened yet. No builders can really excavate the ground's thawed. So if they have some that are already what's called capped, where the basement's done and they haven't done any of the house, that you could probably look at maybe like a May closing date, but you're looking at August anyway. So you might as well shop. Most will allow you to narrow down your builder. Your agent could probably get your earnest money negotiated to be refundable if you're on the fence. So, I mean, it really doesn't hurt to shop now and find that builder.
And I would say like quality builders are confident enough to say like, yep, we'll give that earnest money or that deposit back if for whatever reason we cancel. I would be leery of people who were like non-refundable. Like how confident are they in that product?
And most of the times they'll make it non-refundable if they've already started work on it. So if they've already started putting like your finishing touches in, the pink carpet that you wanted because you had to have it, you know, then they might say, okay, let's talk. But if you're really just shopping, you're waiting for the ground to thaw, there's not any reason why that earnest money should be non-refundable.
We have people who are worried that they can't afford what they want, but we have builders who are lowering their base prices to keep up with the fact that people just aren't building as big this year and last year as they were a couple of years ago.
And with rates going up, when rates were 3, that's a lot different than, you could build a different house than 1.5 now.
But it's still important to consider building new because we know that even in the last 5 years, engineering and construction have improved enough that windows are 20% more efficient. The home is overall up to 40% more efficient depending on what they're using, which means like you could be in a brand new house and your utilities could be $50 a month, as opposed to being in an old house where you're paying $200 for heating or more, depending on how old it is and how drafty it is.
Right. And plus Trace talked about that 1-year warranty. AC goes out in that first year. You're talking, your gift threw me off. Just a gif of a guy coming back like, so that 1-year warranty really helps because if something does break down, you have that peace of mind of knowing that it's going to get fixed and not on your dime.
And we have builders too who are like, okay, it's 1 month, it's 3 months, it's 6 months, and they'll check in with you and make sure that, you know, things shift and things move as you move into a house and it starts getting lived in, and condensation's a big thing, humidity's a big thing because they're still drying out.
Yep.
So they'll come in and they'll fix those things for you that first year, and that's a really good time to take advantage of those things. And now you know your roof's good for 30 years, your siding's good, your furnace is good for, what, 10 or 15 years?
And, you know, sometimes those things can go out, but it's less likely to happen in a new construction. So your maintenance costs are a lot less.
A lot less. Okay.
So, thinking that you can't buy or build in 2019, talk to us, because there's lots of reasons too, but ultimately we're going to do what's right for you. We're never going to push you into a new construction or an existing. We're your tour guides to help you for what's going to be best in 2019.
But we do get really excited about new builds.
We do.
So.
We like them. And they're pretty, and specials are starting to be regulated, because I know that's a big thing. We're seeing a lot more developments with less specials. They're not as crazy as they
That'll
were 3
probably
years
be one
ago.
of our new vlogs, because
Yeah.
we're gonna go to some special assessment meetings coming up.
And because that's the biggest thing. People are like, I can't afford those specials. Well, let's talk, because there is more negotiating power now. So maybe we could have the one that's the most expensive get negotiated to get paid off. Everyone's different. So
We like negotiating.
art of the deal. Wait, no, do we want to say that?
What?
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay,
That's it.
that's it. That's all we got. We don't really know how to end these.